thought today we'd have a little fun using the tools that my mentor Twyla shared with me and that I put in my book, Spiritual Springboard, which you can find on Amazon if you want to know more details and more in-depth stories about the tools that I'm going to share with you today. Today I'm going to share two tools with you that she taught me. The first one is what she called guarding your mind. And the second one is what she termed ask and you shall receive. Now these tools for me opened up this whole new world in a spiritual realm and an experience for me as I started using them. I had put God in this box of limited belief and limited understanding based on my own belief patterns, the thoughts of the people that were raising me and the people that I was around, and even my own church hindered my experience with God because of how they put God in this box. When I started using the tools that Twyla shared with me, it opened my whole world up to this new spiritual perspective where I moved from being stressed and worried and always trying to figure things out on my own to being more at peace, more joyful, more just having more stillness, just a whole new sense of faith more than anything else that brought in all this more of a relaxed way of living. And so I want to share these tools with you so that way you can move into a more relaxed, more peaceful, more joyful life, living in the moment instead of worrying about the past and the future. Let's get to lesson number one, or tool number one. When I met Twyla, she was about 70 years old, and at the time I was a mom of 4 young kids, had a lot going on, busy, schedules, and my mind was just always racing. Either worrying or stressing or just even trying to keep schedule straight of all the kids. Well, when I started talking to her, she said, listen, you have got to guard your mind. You have got to get your mind up where God is in divine mind. Now, I had no idea what she was talking about. I was like, what are you talking about? Basically, what she was saying was when we get our mind in this space of worry and stress and trying to figure things out on our own, we actually hinder God from helping us because we're in this constant state of mind running amok, so to say. She said what you have to do is when you notice your mind going like that, you need to bring it back into divine mind. And how you do that is just by refocusing and maybe saying some affirmations such as God is in control. He has my highest good in his interest. Everything will work out for my best interest. So that's what she kind of helped me do. If I was thinking of something negative, I would flip it to the positive. For example, if I was frustrated with my husband, instead of focusing on all the reasons I was frustrated with him, I would focus on the great things about him. And that's what we talk about when we're talking about guarding your mind. Putting your mind on a positive mindset and one of faith where you just basically reaffirm to yourself that God is for you and all those kinds of things. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I had this great sense of faith, because even though I grew up in a church, I never experienced God. There was only this belief in him. And using the tools of guarding my mind and the next tool that I'm going to share with you, it actually allowed me to experience God. And so that helped start building my faith. So, number one, guard your mind. Bring it back as often as you have to. There were days where I'd have to bring my mind back, I'm going to say 100 times, because my mind was just running like crazy. So don't be too concerned with how many times you have to bring it back, because it's going to take some practice. you've been letting your mind go into negative thought patterns and stress and worry for so long, it's kind of become a habit. So the bigger part here is actually being conscious of when your mind goes that way, and then bringing it back to that place of divine mind. So again, it may take you multiple times and a lot of practice, but eventually you'll get to a place where you'll recognize very quickly when your mind starts going into the negative thought patterns, and you'll bring it back a lot more quicker than maybe you will at the first. So that's the first thing that she shared with me. Secondly, she reminded me that Spirit was all around, and that they were just waiting to help us in any way they could help us. But we actually hinder them from helping us as fully as they want to because we don't ask. She says, if you start asking for Spirit's help, they will be thrilled and they will come and help you in all sorts of ways. Now, I wasn't too sure about that because I had never had that experience, but I was willing to try her simple little thing she told me to do. And here's what she said. She said, the next time you're having trouble opening a jar when you're cooking, she said, instead of beating on it with, the knife or whatever to try to get it open and fighting and struggling to twist it open, she said, just pause. And she said, just ask Spirit to help you open the jar. Secondly, she said, along with that, you have to not have any doubt that you're going to receive help from Spirit. Now, I could sit here in my own mind. I could think, okay, I can ask for help, but I'll have to be honest with you. I had lots of doubts surrounding whether or not Spirit was going to help me open a silly jar. So it took me quite a few times of asking before I finally relaxed and just didn't worry about the outcome. And as I relaxed and didn't have that doubt, it was amazing. That jar would pop open with such ease. So, that's a good thing for you to start trying. She always wanted me to try little things first, because what we know is that as we ask for little things, there's not so much doubt surrounding those little things. And as Spirit starts answering and showing up for us, it builds your faith. I didn't have the greatest faith, like I said, but she said, a lot of times faith is built by faking until you make it. So she said, that's where guarding your mind also comes in. So whenever you're asking Spirit for something, don't let that creepy little voice in your head say, oh, they're not going to help me with this. No, that's where you guard your mind and you go, you know what? Spirit's going to help me. And you fake in your head, and you'll be so surprised because as you fake it, you're actually opening the door so Spirit can start helping you. And it was really quite fun. So other things she suggested that I try besides the pickle jar or whatever jar I was trying to open, she says, when you can't find your keys, pause and ask for Spirit to help. When you're having trouble maybe unlocking a door where a key's, jammed or whatnot, ask Spirit for help. When you're I'm trying to think what else she told me. When you can't remember someone's name, she says, pause and ask Spirit for help. And she says, and you'll be so surprised that Spirit will just keep showing up and showing up and showing up. Another great one that I just thought about was asking for a parking place up close to somewhere where you're going. It has never failed me. I could be driving up to the most busy, crowded shopping area, and just as I'm pulling down the row, someone will be backing out and I'll be able to pull in. So those are just some small things that you can try to do so you can start seeing Spirit work in your life. And again, as you start noticing those little things that Spirit does for you, it'll give you that faith that, hey, you are important. And it is important that, someone cares so much about you that they're going to help you find those keys. They're going to help you get that parking spot. They're going to help you open the pickle jar. So that's just how important you are to God and to the spirit realm. They want to help us make our lives easier for us and help us out in the little things. And just imagine if they're going to help you in those small things, how much more they're willing to help you with. So these two things, guarding your mind and asking for Spirit to help, are just two little simple tools that you can start utilizing yourself so that you can experience Spirit. And as you experience Spirit, that faith grows and grows and grows. Therefore, once you feel like asking for the larger help in the larger things where the doubt actually starts looming bigger, you will have all these examples of how Spirit has come to your assistance so that your faith and your doubt will be minimized so that you can see Spirit work on the larger things as well. That's my short little fun lesson for you today. I hope you have fun with this. It is so cool when Spirit starts showing up. And I would just like to end with, when it shows up, be sure to acknowledge with gratitude, just a thanks for helping me find those keys, or thanks for helping me open that pickle jar, because you're just going to be blown away how Spirit will show up for you. And the next time we meet, we're going to talk about how to ask for signs from the universe, from God, from Spirit, to help you make big decisions in your life. Those decisions that kind of weigh on you and you're not sure which one you should take. The guesswork gets out of it when you start asking for signs, and we'll talk about that next time. Hope you have great experiences with Spirit. I'll see you next time. Bye.